Yeah, all right.
Welcome to the Technical Difficulty Show on the Ken Bosak channel. Hey, how goes it, everybody? I'm here with John, Gary, Brent. Links to all their YouTube channels are in the description box below, so make sure you go ahead and check out those 3 links. Click them, subscribe, come back, or do it at the end of the show. But make sure you go ahead and subscribe. We're here to talk about the scams in crypto. We can talk about Bitconnect, Control Finance, anything cloud mining, anything that's sort of like USI Tech or the Lion Club or any of those coin trading clubs, man. Let's see. Bitconnect, though. Let's start with the topic of the evening. What do you guys think about this whole Bitconnect fiasco? Let's start with John, then Gary, then Brent, and go ahead.
Actually, I am indifferent on it. I really don't give a shit because I didn't put money in it. But I feel sorry for anybody who did put money in it and they're freaking out. You know, I don't really know what the fuck's going on. I haven't tried logging in or anything to my fake account. But if they do return, then that's good, I guess. If you got money in it. If they don't, is that right?
Yeah. What about you, Gary? What do you think?
I mean, bro, in all honesty, if something like BitConnect were to work, it would be fantastic for everybody involved. I'm not advocating for it. Like, obviously, you know, it does. I went to a Bitcoin get together yesterday in Miami here, and I asked the guy who was hosting the whole thing. He was trying to explain like how transactions get made with Bitcoin, and he was going like in depth into the code and all of that stuff. And I asked him, yo, what do you think about Bitconnect? And he's like, oh, it seems like a clear Ponzi. It seems like everything about it just points to Ponzi. But if you are able to give a service such as that, that's pretty much what bankers do with our money anyways. So something like that to be given to people, it's a strong tool. At the end of the day, you know, I can't call it. I'm not going into it. Like, I put $1,000 into it, but I'm not going to go into it like I did into Genesis. Like, I've already learned my lessons. Like, yo, and everything with crypto, you take it slow and just, you know, kind of, you know, make sure you're confident about your moves. Like, shit could go wrong.
Exactly. What do you think, Brent?
I'm pretty clear about it, man. It's from the get. I mean, it's a clear scam. I hope people stay out of it. You know, I can only preach so much from my end and hope people listen to the sensible side of it. And it's, you know, everything. If it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, but see, what they did was they put the duck in a brown paper bag and don't let you look inside. We all know it's a duck in the bag. You know,
surprise.
Yeah, right now, though, what's going on, they're calling it a glitch in the system. So they're avoiding the word hack. They have been hacked. And they're calling it a glitch. So that's poor marketing right there. It's dishonest. It's exactly what they do, though. They manipulate their word choice. But it's hard to call something like Bitconnect a scam when it is obviously been so profitable, even to the fact that people are starting to get their over $1,000 capital releases. And I think that they're going to come back, and everyone's going to use this as one of those, well, if they were going to exit, they would have done it already, bruh. They would have done it and they wouldn't have came back, bruh. And that right there is going to give the credibility to those guys who have the $100,000, and they're going to throw money at this now.
Right. And see, here's the thing, man. You know, the people who invested with Bernie Madoff, they made money in the beginning too, until they didn't. That man ran that scheme for I don't know how many years. I mean, you can go look it up. But the people who say, well, if it was a scam, it'd have been shut down by now. Look at just do some research on simple, you know, long-term MLM scams. Just do some research. They last many, many years, decades even, before the higher ups get popped for scamming the American people. That's what they do. That's why they hide behind face, you know, they move around from government to government. They register a business in the UK just so they can avoid taxes and have complete anonymity on the web. They do this stuff for a reason, people. I mean, they're not, it's not like they're trying to be an open and honest business. If I was going to do work on like the DAO, for my business, like Bear Stearns or something like that, I'm promoting my brand, I'm promoting my name, and I want people to invest. If you hide all of your anonymity and you treat it as a scam, people are still going to buy into it. It's just what people do. Dumb people do dumb things. Look at the people who have won millions of dollars in the lottery. There's not a whole lot of them, that have all made all the right moves. A lot of them make a lot of the wrong moves, So I don't know, man. I've said my piece on it. I'll leave it there.
Anybody have anything they'd like to talk about on Bitconnect? I mean, me personally, I could go on this all day. Yeah. I mean, it's just even if it's not a scam, the scam is in the conversation that it promotes to people who have a following. Like I put in $100 and I made my money back in hours, and that's true. It is very true. If you have 1,000 people sign up under you in a couple hours, you will make that $100 back. But if you're not me, with thousands of subscribers, no, you individual will never get where I got. And that's not how they talk about it.
Right.
And then
they have to hide it.
It's a powerful tool at the end of the day. I mean, like
until it's not there anymore, you're right. But if we're going to say, oh, fuck the bankers, that's why we're in crypto, and you can compare Bitconnect to banking, then fuck Bitconnect too then. I mean, fuck the banks. Bitconnect isn't not making money off this. If they're giving you 40%, what the fuck do you think they're putting in their pocket?
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
the guys at the top are the ones getting rich. That's why they can afford to just magically all of a sudden it dumps and everybody's like, oh no, it was a hack.
You know what, guys? What about the people that never even used the trading bot? What about the guys that were just staking the coin on the exchange on Bitconnect.co, and now that coin plummeted overnight? They didn't have access to their private keys, so they couldn't get to the coin to trade. They're beat. And then you have people like Trevon James laughing because the site went down. Like, dude, there's not just people with money in there. There's people with BCC staking it, holding it there. I'm laughing because I'm trying my best not to have people do this. It's funny to see greed. I can laugh at people being greedy all day. I can laugh at semi-stupidity. If you tell somebody not to touch that, they're gonna get burnt. They touch it, they get burnt. I don't feel too bad for you, bro. I did my part. I get to take the perspective of laughing at you. That's evolution. Stronger, we survive, but at least I tried.
That's it. That's all you can do, man.
Have you guys seen? Good.
Someone said that the mobile app is gone from the App Store. There's a mobile app for this?
Yes, I have it on my phone. I will check that right now. Actually, the mobile app, and I should have made a video on it, was probably the best thing they made. It was really well done. I can't even lie. Like, their wallet was pretty cool. I liked it, and I should have made a video on it. If it's gone, I still have it, so I might do that.
They've got a lot of Bitcoin to play with for development.
Did you actually make your money back before all this happened, or no?
No, I did not. Even with, I think I ended up with about 18 people in my pyramid schemey thing. And that was after I, made the video showing people how to willingly abandon their current sponsor, and then they could, whoever they wanted. I just used myself as an example, and a couple people moved over. Even with them all added up, no, I didn't make my $200 back yet.
I made a 500 out of 1,300 back.
Yeah, guys, that Bitconnect wallet is off of the Google Play Store. It is not there. The Bitconnect wallet is gone. Now, for all I know, one of these multiple Bitconnect wallets could be the new one. But yes, it is gone, and I do not see their new logo on any of these. But some of them have 100,000 downloads. Holy crap. Is this it?
I logged into it, and it says we are currently doing some maintenance.
Yeah, I can install this. Oh, wow, I'm not installing this. This is literally a copy of that. There's 100,000 people that downloaded a clone wallet. That's probably not the real wallet. Good luck, everybody who signed in.
Yeah, infrastructure with other coins is just, it's a mission.
Oh, dude, everybody. Ozzy, the BS filter just went live. We should have invited him.
Yeah.
So, Control Finance, has anybody seen that thing? I mean, that's like the newest thing, man.
Hottest new scam on the net.
Yeah, I like it. It's great. It has like all this flair, and there's even like this country voice in one of their videos out of nowhere. Like like, you know, straw in his teeth twirling kind of country voice. I was like, this sounds very Marlboro, like, you know, trustworthy.
Bro, that
Invest
reminds,
in us. We won't give you cancer.
that reminds me of that bit petite shit.
Yeah,
So what
I
is
mean,
this
they're
one
gonna.
claiming?
Oh God, Control Finance is claiming, and so far they are delivering 1% or 1.5% every single day.
Wow.
Wait, hear this out. Ready? Forever.
Forever.
Woo! Oh,
Let
but
me just
hear this
do
out
everything
though,
I own
dude.
that
They
right
changed
now.
the game. They changed the game though, because you do not get your capital investment back. They keep that forever. But the deal is, you get that 1.5% for the rest of your eternity, dude.
There goes my life savings. I'm in, bro. Where do I sign?
That's what I'm trying to say. Just make sure you use my referral code.
All right,
It's there. Just sign up. It's no big
Referral
deal.
quote each other to death. There you go.
But yeah, so I actually never put my money into this. Somebody asked me if I was interested in checking it out, and I said no. And they said, well, what if I pay you? And I was like,
I saw that, yeah.
I was like, well, sure. I like
Sure,
money.
why not?
And
You
it was,
give me money, sure.
they did not ask me to make a video. They didn't ask me to talk about it. They just said, here, check it out. And they gave me over $300. And I was
Nice,
like, oh,
dude.
yeah, that's what I said. And they were like,
Thanks
I
for
just
the
wanted to give you a donation, but I wanted to give it to you in the way I wanted to give it to you. So I was just happy it wasn't like a box full of like chewed gum or something. So I was happy to get what I got. And yeah, they're delivering. And it's insane because they have a pretty thick referral program as well. But their catch is the minimum entry is $10, and again, 1.5% forever, guys. $10, 1.5% forever, and they actually have a cap. You're not allowed to do more than $50,000.
What? Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, it really sucks that you can't just throw your entire life savings away. They're very honest. Like, that's supposed to make them look somewhat honest. But yeah, I mean, it's insane, and this is already on badbitcoin.org. I mean, it's straight up unsustainable promise of profit growth. Now, if this is unsustainable, the 40% that Bitconnect is giving everybody, if that isn't coming from them manipulating their own market by trading their own coin and knowing when to buy and sell their own shit, then it's not ever going to last much longer. Now, the profits that they are giving the people, it could be new money. There could be a bot. I don't know. Probably not, though. Probably not. Because, you know, they would show somebody like Mark Cuban their bot, and Mark Cuban would be like, yo, BitConnect, I got $100 million. Let me get like 10%. We'll put you on Shark Tank. We'll get the whole world to see BitConnect on Shark Tank. We'll be fucking rich. We'll have yachts and we'll crash them into yachts because who gives a shit? We're going to be bajillionaires. But that's not the case, right? They never went to any billionaire and said, look at this machine that if you put $1 million into it, we promise you $100 million. Like, if it was so great, people that were smarter, if it was so great, smarter people would be involved. And so far, it looks like the people that are promoting this used to be fucking local drug dealers. Like, it's just hard for me to like Control Finance and Bitconnect. But let's move on to like cloud mining, because that's another one that can really be flashy. But then people realize that as currencies gain value, and you're not holding the same quantity of said coin, you're actually losing value just by doing nothing. So you end up exhausting energy and getting less value out of it in the end.
Bitconnect kind of does that too, because my initial investment in Bitconnect is worth pretty much what I've earned. And yeah, pretty much everything I've earned on what I initially put in is what I would have had in Bitcoin anyways.
Yeah, so you could have saved time, energy, and still made money.
Yeah. The cloud mining, I'm still waiting to see. I'll be happy if I walk away with 15 Bitcoin.
Cloud mining?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, John, what do you think about cloud mining, man? I know that you got money invested in it now. Like, what is your do you think that you would have been better off never putting anything into cloud mining because of where all of the cryptocurrencies currently stand in value? Or, you know, dollar-wise, you're probably still making money, just not quantity of said coin, right?
Yeah, and I didn't, you know, track every single little Bitcoin that I put into the service. But I still have high hopes that Genesis will get their shit together and go back to the normal payout schedule and everything be fine and dandy. But the thing is, like, it put a bad taste in my mouth, so I'm not promoting it anymore, not putting more money into cloud mining, and I'm just getting into that mindset of just buying and holding. But I guess now that I'm not upgrading or anything, we'll definitely find out if I actually make anything at it, especially with hashing 24, because on there I can actually see how much my contracts, how much those contracts cost me in Bitcoin, and I can see how close I am to getting to that little threshold there and actually making a profit at it. But so yeah, so far with both cloud mining services, I'm still in the red, you know. So we'll see if I ever come into the green.
Good luck.
Sadly, I highly doubt it, brother. I'm sorry.
Don't be such a naysayer, you hater.
I'm sorry, man. I said I'm sorry. Haters don't say they're sorry.
Just hate on me.
Dollar-wise, you probably will, but hey, we're like the test net. Like, nobody has actually come out. Like, I haven't seen any videos of people actually coming out and being like, yo, I finished the contract and this is the results. Nobody has done that. I feel like I'm one of the main, like the only person that has started a channel who's about to do this and be like, yo, after a year, this is what happened. This is how much I put in and this is how much I got out. And I didn't make, either I did or I didn't make back my initial investment, because I've been reinvesting for 8 months now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, every single day that since I put in the 22 Bitcoin, every single day I've been boom, right back in. Because my point was, I thought of it as compounding interest with money. Like, I guess I'm stupid and naive for looking at it that way, but that's just the way I figured it would work out. But the more I studied it and the more I look at the difficulty charts and all of that stuff, I'm like, holy shit, wait a second. I might be shooting myself in the foot right now. Because I'm at the end of the day, I'm not holding the Bitcoin. So it's like, oh, man. And then I missed out on the BCH, like I mentioned before. And I was like, oh, dude, this is out of control. It's out of control. I just missed out on like almost 20 grand because I wasn't holding my Bitcoin that I had bought from before.
As long as people are using your referral code, you will make your money back.
See, too, if you think about it, too, that original 22 Bitcoin, I hope you're keeping track, and you probably are.
Yeah.
But with that original 22 investment, you say you keep reinvesting it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure, like, if the initial time you put it in, what you said about a year ago, so it was what, about 8,000, 1,500 then, right?
9 months ago.
9 months ago?
On January 4th.
January 4th. How much was one Bitcoin back then? Do you know?
Around, I would say like 1,500 maybe.
1,500. Okay. So you would have had at least 2.5 times your money right now if you'd have kept that 22 Bitcoin from 9 months ago.
Yeah. No, the numbers right now, dude, I do the numbers right now. Okay. Man, those numbers are looking crazy right now. Like, I've been beating myself up about it like the past right now. That's the way it should be looked at, I think, and it just makes more sense. This way, not only do you own your coins, you would have gotten your BCH because you'd have had them in a wallet of some kind. Yeah, it would have been on the server. Yeah, and so that's an extra. If you look at if you sold at the top with BCH, you could have gotten an extra 0.2 per Bitcoin, and that's an extra. Let's see, an extra 8 Bitcoin total, 8.8, somewhere around there. Whatever profit. That's a lot of profit that you missed out on. Definitely. All for cloud mining, man.
I know. A lot of this talk seems to be leading to one word: hodl.
Hodl. That is the best thing to ever do.
That's my favorite dyslexic word.
I wish I would have engraved it in my head, but the thing is, I wanted to be proactive and try to make other investments. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody makes those mistakes, man, and we, I get it. Everybody. It's just that realizing the mistake that you made and then actually stopping and thinking about it and going in a rational sense and going, yeah, that makes more sense. I would have made a bunch more money. A lot of people don't do that. They just keep promoting the scam. If they keep promoting it, they're going to end up making more of that back. That's how they look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm not about that because I actually want to let people know, real.
Yeah, that's good, man. Props to you, bro. Seriously. I mean, that's at least you're preaching the truth.
Yeah, and I get a lot of slack for the way I go about it because I like to throw myself into it. And with Bitconnect, I'm not even, I don't care, hate me or whatever for it, but I share that referral link so I can keep track of Darwinism. If I say, if you click on this link, you are a moron, and you will lose money, and then you click on the link. I don't know how to track that other than being able to be like, oh, you did it. So that means you're an idiot. And that's the only way for me to track Darwinism, you know, and to see if my work is even working. And it seemed to be fine until I made that video showing people how to, you know, willingly just change sponsors because they were already in the ecosystem. There's a couple people out there that pretty much snagged everybody away from Craig Grant with basically bribing them.
Nah, but those dudes are still like, they're still doing their thing with that, with the whole Bitconnect.
Oh yeah, but they're doing it quietly now with you have to pay to enter market level you know, group chats where they teach you the secrets of multi-level marketing and how you would promote a program like this and how you can like they turned it into a 9-to-5. But yeah. So you know what, like, this is so funny. I like to look at Bitconnect like Herbalife. You know what I mean? Like, you ever see that Herbalife shit? It's like, yo, that's a fucking scam. But then you end up like your cousin selling it, like Avon, and you're like, no, how did you fall into that?
Herbalife is super strong right now, let me tell you.
Oh, but they're sued.
Because everybody's selling it.
Yeah.
Herbalife is pumping it right now.
I can't go anywhere without seeing a Herbalife truck drive past me.
I have a girl that hits me up almost every week asking me what I'm doing.
Yo, I promise if you drink it, you'll live forever. And if you don't, you'll be dead, so you can't sue me. Fuck it. What about those other scams that are out there though, guys? There's some that are really well built, well designed, and well marketed. Things like USI Tech, and I don't like Lion Club, and I don't like any of these Ether Trade whatevers. All these fucking give me your money, let my official trading professionals use your money, and we'll give you back, you know, some cut. Like, what are your thoughts on that stuff?
I still don't understand the USI Tech thing.
Well, send me your money, and I'll send you back profit eventually, maybe. If I don't make a good trade, not my fault.
Well, no shit.
Sounds legit. Sign me up.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly. I mean,
they're claiming to do the same thing by trading between exchanges for profit or some shit like that.
Yeah, they have secrets. They're professional traders. They have experience of 50 years in Bitcoin trading.
Really, huh? Since the dinosaurs roamed the earth, huh?
Yeah. You know, what they can legally do, though, is if they have 5 people that have 10 years added up, and there's your 50 years of experience. That's marketing 101, dude.
Yeah, those people are going like beyond what cryptocurrencies are and just looking for marketing schemes and all.
Oh, they're catching, like, you know, our grandparents. they're catching, you know, the kid with the learning disability who happens to have a lot of money, and they're catching all those people who aren't thinking so clearly, and that's where they're hitting them. They're hitting them on Facebook paid video ads, man. That's where it's really at right now for these you know, the what is that? USI Tech and Lion Club and Ether Trade. They spend a lot of money on Facebook advertisements. I see it all over my wall, man. I don't know how they haven't blocked me enough or paid to get away, because every time I see it, I comment like, this is stupid. Like, people are worried about Jack's wallet being hacked, and that wasn't what happened. There was a vulnerability through one client side of the wallet or through the Chrome browser on a Windows PC, where there was a super like convoluted way for somebody to send malware to extract your private key, and everybody in this space lost their shit. But you can go ahead and willingly give your private keys to a company that gives it to employees that can, you know, trade for you, and nobody bats an eye. I feel like the Joker in that scene, and I just want to fucking blow up a hospital to make a point.
Yeah. People are getting lured away from what cryptocurrencies are supposed to be. I mean,
yes, absolute truth right there.
Just think if somebody actually does come out with something that.
I noticed how it evolved and stuff, like how it evolved from like when I first got in thinking of the cloud mining, and then I started like when I did the YouTube, I was like, wait a second, now there's people like promoting different things on YouTube. That's how I did the whole Genesis mining thing, and like the more I've seen how it's evolved, I'm like, hold up. Let me take a step back and just kind of like watch this right quick, because yeah, when it gets into the whole marketing and how marketing is used to make money with Bitcoin, then it's like people are being coerced into going against what crypto is.
People like quick, easy money. That'll never change. That's, especially in America. I mean, we're the land of the greed.
What were you gonna say, John? I'm sorry.
I said, just imagine if somebody were to actually come out with a platform that could literally, like, really give you this ridiculous percentage rate on return, like, Bitconnect and Control Finance claim to do, and with all these illegitimate businesses being out there. Imagine how much harder it would be for one legit business to actually come out and like, okay, look, we really got this. This really happens. And all of us be like, yeah, it's a scam. It's a scam. It's another Bitconnect. It's not.
But it would be really easy for them to legitimize themselves by giving out the open source information, and then we go to our, the pillars of our community, the people who can read code and can validate true good code, and then they tell us, the people that are involved, yes, my constituents, this code is good. And then you can be like, thank you, and go and use the platform. That's what I mean. Like, if Bitconnect, they wanted to prove themselves legit, and if they were legit, they would want to prove that they were legit. You know why?
Yes.
Because I promise you, every single Bitcoin I have, I'd throw it at it right now.
Yeah. If I made the best sandwich in the world, and I told everybody when they ate it, you're going to eat the best sandwich in the world, you would want to be plastered everywhere because everyone wants to eat the best sandwich in the world. When you hide and you cover your tracks through everything that they've done, I mean, there's like zero transparency. What they have is they have spokespersons that will appear on YouTube out of nowhere saying, well, I've attended this conference and I have learned that the bot does
let's talk about that crypto gal. Who the fuck is that bitch?
Right? So I'm sure that these guys are definitely paid by Bitconnect to promote the brand. I mean, that's their advertisement while they hide.
Dude, I'm going to reach in and grab my inner James Bond for this one. How the fuck don't we know that coinmarketcap.com is the sole proprietary owner of Bitconnect? They put it on their listing. They have the advertisement at the top. I'm sure it has a referral link to it. They probably have a bajillion people under them. Like, this could be anybody's anything. It really could. Like, I love to think of the conspiracies, but I think that one's sort of starting to make sense to me.
It's not on coincap.io.
Right, but it's on CoinMarketCap, so it makes me feel like there's some kind of something going on there. They definitely either are getting paid off or, they're solely involved.
I did not know that. So CoinMarketCap owns all of BCC?
No, I'm thinking they could. Why else would they list something so obviously a fucking Ponzi? They don't list one coin. They do not list one coin.
That brings the question: who owns CoinMarket? Who owns that site?
I do.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, there we go. Dude, can I get some Bitconnect? Because I can't buy any because the exchange is down. I just wanted to buy some.
No, I'm waiting for the exchange to come back so I can dump it. I don't even have control over this shit.
Damn, it's going that far.
What's it at now?
Oh, let me...
127.5. So you guys have almost made your money back now. So after Dave massive
one Bitconnect is worth $120?
$126.52 right now.
You guys heard it live on my show last night. I said it would go back up, and I said it would be an all-time high again. I called it. I guaranteed it. I promised it. I'm a fucking genius, dude. I'm an oracle. I'm the Bitconnect oracle.
They got to rebuild the coffers, man. That's how you complete the scheme. Just keep adding to it until you want to dump it again and make $500 million in like 10 minutes.
Has the trading volume on the other exchanges that actually hold BCC gone up? Is there more trading going on there that you can't get on the exchange, or is it about the same? Do you remember?
As sad as it is, people need to listen to Adam Meister a little more.
Amen to that.
That's skinny.
Preaches truth. He's a little quirky, but a lot of smart people are quirky. I mean, that's who they are. But
look at Vitalik, man.
Exactly. That's the smartest motherfucker on planet Earth. And look at him. He wears rainbow unicorn T-shirts wherever he goes. He doesn't give a fuck what anybody.
He looks like a typecast for Revenge of the Nerds 6 or something. Just straight up, he's a character out of that movie, and I love it because if he were to sit down next to you on the bus, you probably think he was special needs, but the dude's a friggin' genius. He's an absolute genius. And like you said, the smarter you are, the quirkier you are.
Yeah.
Imagine how much ETH that guy has.
He said it at one point on Twitter. If you go back and look at his Twitter, he announced in a percentage-wise what he holds in Ether.
Oh my
I think
god,
that was like 6 months, 8 months ago when it started blowing up.
Too much money, because I know, shit, 200 Ether would be crazy for me. So
I had a lot of Ether. What'd you say, John?
Oh, did I say something? So did y'all notice that Monero's up too right now?
oh man, 127. I was
Watch
gonna
that
mention
climb.
that, but it was kind of like out of left field, so I didn't say anything. But yeah, 127. Yo, Monero took a crazy bump.
It's good. They deserve it, man. They're like the only real private currency that they've been developing forever. One of the most stable markets. It's comparable to Litecoin at one point. You know what I'm saying? But now that they've that plus the people who are scamming and scheming and want to clean their bitcoins, man, they just get run right through Monero and they're good to go.
Yeah, with that circulating supply, I knew it was bound to happen. I was like, yo, this coin is undervalued. It's been at like $50 forever, and the circulating supply is way too low.
I wish I'd have caught that.
Yeah, I wish I would have bought some.
Yeah, I never got any either, but that's because the wallets that I use weren't there. And me personally, I guess I could, yeah, the exchanges are a scam. That's a misbeat all on its own. I almost forgot to talk about the exchanges being a scam. All right, guys, who raise your hand if you're staking Neo. Okay,
I wish
cool.
I was raising my hand.
No, but I mean, like, if you're holding Neo on any exchange like Bittrex, you're not getting your gas. They're stealing it. Take your Neo off the exchange, put it on a wallet, and you'll get gas.
I gotta talk to one of my buddies about that, because he jumped in on Neo at $8. So he got like 2,500 of them. Like,
yeah, he's missing out on a lot of free money every 5 minutes. It's insane.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nah, but knowing him, he's probably on a wallet. So
I would hope so.
Yeah, I saw the video you put up, so I'm wondering myself now.
Well, here's the problem, man. I wanted to withdraw the Neo I have. All right, so full disclosure, I can't really. I wouldn't say I'm pumping Neo. I'm only holding like 20-something. So I have like 20-something Neo, and I wanted to take them off of the exchange. Well, I did one for a test, and it let me. I went to send the rest, and it said, that is above your 24-hour limit. I said, get the fuck out of here, Bittrex. I have my phone number verified. I gave them my address, my billing address. They have my information, my name, and what they wanted in order for me to withdraw more than one Neo a day was my driver's license, photo, front and back, a picture of my smiling face, and my social security number. And I gave it to them. And that is the absolute last time I will ever use an exchange, and hear me out, and I'll tell you why. You can use Poloniex, you can use Kraken, you can use whoever the hell you want. The moment the U.S. sets regulation and says we need to know who's who, you're going to have to link a lot of identification to an exchange that you've been making buku bucks on, bro. And they're going to be able to use their stupid chain analysis, IRS backtracking, super duper technology, and their super wizards and stuff to find you and your hidden money. And they're going to Al Capone the fuck out of a lot of people. And if you think you're going to get around it, you're beat. Because if your money's on the exchange and you're not willing to just walk away from it or take the $10 they let you a day for your anonymity, you're going to have to eventually say who you are on these exchanges. And your pipe dream of being a anonymous billionaire is going to be over. And you're going to have a lot more problems than you ever expected.
Is that what
there's a flip side to that too. And I'll chime in real quick. If you're gonna if an exchange keeps track of all of your trades and knows how much you have in it at all times, et cetera, and you're withdrawing that, you can. I mean, if you were point of the anonymity part of this, if you were to put this on a hardware wallet, you could say, well, I gave one of my hardware wallets to a friend to pay for a job, or I gave one to my son. I lost one.
Yep.
Or you could.
That's the best one. I lost.
Yeah, I lost it. I mean, they can't prove. Where if it's holding, I mean, what are they going to do? Sniff out your Bitcoins on a hardware wallet? I mean, they can't. I can go bury it in the backyard or go to my friend's house and bury it in his yard. IRS can come at me all day long. Well, prove it. Where's this at? I don't have it. I lost it gambling. I lost it in the Floyd Mayweather fight.
You can destroy your hardware wallet with a hammer, throw it into the fires of Moldor, and just remember 12 to 24 words in the correct order, and you are in charge of your entire wealth, period. And I know my words. The only way the government is getting any of my crypto is by waterboarding me. I promise you.
Yeah, they would have to hit you up with truth serum to get it out of me. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Or crying wolf.
Or you can use Cryptopia.
Cryptopia is what? They don't do any of the...
Ooh, John, enlighten us. What the fuck's up with Cryptopia, dude?
I've just been... I haven't had to give them any of my personal information. I'm completely anonymous on there. And I've been able to move... Yeah, I've been able to move a lot of money out of there without giving them any information. So
I might have to check it out then.
Yeah.
How long have they been up?
I don't know, but for a while.
I'll have to check it out. I don't like, getting money on an exchange that's only been open for like 3 months or 6 months or a year.
No, I've had my account on there longer than that.
Okay.
But yeah, I just don't know off the top of my head when it came out.
Bitcoin
Was that?
over even if you're trying to make gains, I still feel that Bitcoin pretty much like outperforms everything.
Yeah, especially long term. Wait for 2020 to happening.
It's better to just be a Bitcoin maximalist.
There you
know
go.
what though? Here's the thing, guys. You know how easy it is for us to say that? It's really easy. I'm sure we all have a comfortable amount of Bitcoin, and you're talking now dropping 20 something in Genesis. The other night Brett was talking about making some trades, and we're all not doing too bad. So we have people that are coming into this, our close friends, our family that aren't that well off or who haven't been in it as long as us. And they see these altcoins going up 300%, but Bitcoin's only going up 10, 20%. Right. So they put their value in altcoins thinking they're going to make more Bitcoin that way. And I have a lot of close friends, and I try to spare no feelings when I try to explain to them that they're putting in a lot of effort to get less value out of it. And I'm just wondering, what do you guys think about that? Do you really do you try to, I know you trade and everything, Brent, but what do you think about people who come in with only $100? Or the guys that literally, they don't have enough money to even have a Netflix account, but we want them to get into Bitcoin. And we start to show them the profits that we make. They look at altcoins as a means to more Bitcoin, which we all do, but it's not our 100%. These people are throwing their 100% at random altcoins.
Well, I always ask everybody the same thing. I mean, what do you want to do? What's your do you have a long-term plan? Do you have a short-term goal? Do you want to learn to trade? What's your goal? And everybody that I've signed up, my family, we were just talking about earlier, everyone in my family's got some Bitcoin now, and they're all long-term thinkers. They're all golden holders, silver investors, people like that. So if someone were to come to me and say, hey, I've only got $100. I work a day job at the pizza place, and I want to get rich eventually. The first thing I would tell them is to make a Coinbase account, buy some Bitcoin, call me in 2020, and then buy me a beer. That's all I'm asking. And I tell everybody the same thing. But I've only had one other person, and it's a close friend that I do a lot of trading with. We talk back and forth all the time about our trades. He wanted to take the different route. He wanted to go the route where he can sit at home all day and take care of his 6 kids from home without having to leave work and go work, 10, 12 hours a day. So he wants to learn how to trade. And that's, as long as you're willing to absorb the knowledge, invest lots of time, and don't just think you're going to get rich overnight. But if you can pull 1%, 2%, 3% gains consistently, you're going to make money. And the saying of the 90% are going to lose their money and the 10% are going to gain that money is very true. So just be willing to lose a little to learn how to win in the end. So that's my point.
Yeah, hopefully my losses work like that.
Hey, John, you never really traded anything before, right? You never traded assets or stocks or anything, and you started to check out trading in digital assets recently, especially with Coinigy and stuff. What are your thoughts on trading versus just buying and holding?
My thoughts are that I suck at it.
I respect you so much for saying that.
But I mean, it's something that it's addictive, and it's something that is worth learning. But if you're not willing to take the risk, it's just better to hold on to your shit.
It's the strongest thing you can learn. It's the strongest thing you can learn. If you can learn how to buy and hold and not really involve yourself in anything that's really going on with the coins, you're like, yeah, it's something that's very beneficial to you. If you're trying to save
exactly.
if you're trying to save your money and it'll grow, you just gotta be patient. I gave one of my homegirls $2 in Ether, and right now it's at $10.97. Just gotta let it do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, I mean, look what Amanda B. Johnson did with Dash. They gave away $10 worth, and I have a couple friends that actually did that.
I did that too. I got my Dash wallet.
I did. My cousin in Dominican Republic got Dash.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all looking at it like, wait, how did it go up?
Yeah.
It's still
like
the same
$30
amount of
now.
Dash, but I still have the same amount of Dash. How did I get more money?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, one of the topics of today, one of the stories on the news sphere was that, you know, cryptocurrencies, the industry itself, it needs more people in marketing. And the proof is in that YouTubers and everything like that are the sole marketing platform for cryptocurrencies. You don't see it pretty much anywhere else at all. So, you know, it's almost like we have like a responsibility to not talk about the wrong thing, but also talk about the things we like.
Yeah, we police ourselves. We police our community.
Yep. It's weird, man. I don't want to censor myself, but I also don't want to over hype something. Like when people ask me about Bitcoin, they're like, oh, how much have you made? And I'm like, that's irrelevant. It's that time has passed already. That is a very irrelevant question. And then they'll ask you how many Bitcoin you have. And I'll be like, well, at the price I got them for, that has passed. That is also a very irrelevant question. But that's all they care about. And now if you were to tell somebody you made $1,000 in a day on a trade, they're going to go bananas trying to do the same thing, you know, and it doesn't matter what intent you had. Subconsciously, they are now motivated to do some dumb shit to get where you're at out of either jealousy, envy, spite, something. I mean, a lot of people I know ask me things, and I try to be honest without, you know, sounding like I'm bragging, because I want to show them my confidence in crypto. And the next thing you know, they're like ready to sell their fucking car title and do some dumb shit. And I like that John said, I don't know how to trade. Like, I got into this before Ethereum split. Bitcoin was like $400. And I was just buying and holding. And I was sitting there looking at the charts, and I was like, yo, everything's going upper and upper. So I just started doing trades. And I was like, oh, fuck, man, I'm like Rain Man. I can read charts. When it does this, I'll do that. Well, what I was really doing was just buying and holding for a while, whatever time it took for it to go up. I wasn't using any, you know, Fibonacci. I wasn't looking at the charts. I wasn't really doing anything other than buying it, holding it, and then selling it and making what I thought was profit. It was like,
see, you're part of that 10%. There you go. You win.
Yeah, but then I realized I was only making money in a bull market, a bull run. And things started to get bearish, and I thought I was still reading charts right, and then I was trading Ripple and shorting Potcoin and Ripple, and I was shorting Golem, and I was like, I know everything, and I lost a lot.
That's when you know you can do it. When you get to the point where you can learn how to trade in a down market, and sometimes you make a whole lot more you could in a down market. Like with Neo today, I made quite a bit because it slipped down to 91. I'm trading the BTC pair, but you know, learning to trade both up and down, people don't realize you can do both. You know, they're like, well, you know, it doesn't just have to go up. If you can sell it before it hits that low, you can buy more of whatever coin you have. And that's where, you know, once you can master both of those in the best way you can, because everybody's got a different way to trade, you know, that's when you know, okay, well, I'll take it a little more serious and I invest more time in it. And when before you know it, you're reading charts every day, you're looking at friggin' crypto charts, planning out, you know, your next move, and you're making that one big trade, and then 9 times out of 10 you're right, and then that's when you know you're like, all right, this is what I'm going to do.
At this point, I don't think people have that much wiggle space though. With the prices the way they're looking, people don't really got that entry point to like be walking around like that.
Yeah, I think volatility is going to start slowing down, and those gaps in between highs and lows are going to start to shrink.
Right, when the oscillations get real tight like that, yeah, but that's part of the down market too. You got to look at the bigger picture, like zoom out of that chart.
Yeah, but you know what? You make it sound so like I don't want to say you make it sound easy, right? But you make it sound so delicious. I just want to try it to see what happens. And that's the thing, though. People get into Bitcoin, and they do things that they wouldn't normally do with a physical dollar bill in their hand. You know, you're holding a $20 bill and somebody's standing on the street corner wearing a t-shirt that says Bitconnect. Give me your $20 and I'll give you 40% a month. You wouldn't fucking give him a $20 bill. But all of a sudden you have this digital asset. You're like, just shut up and take my digital assets. It's really weird. And then you have people that don't even have an idea how to trade. They never meet. I got into crypto. I didn't know nothing about trading, and I thought I was a genius at it because there was no way to lose money when I got in. The time I entered crypto, there was nobody who lost money if you just bought it, waited, sold it. Nobody lost money. But during the past year, from 2016 to 2017, people have been coming up with YouTube channels like the Crypto Trading Pro. Well, bro, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not a pro just because you made money in a friggin' bull market. There was a potato. I could have sat a potato at the keyboard, and the potato would have made money in that market. And it's confusing people that are just like, oh, it must be so easy. The barber at my local barber shop made money, and he's doing all right. And he's not even too bright. I don't think he spelled barber right on the sign. And they go ahead and they throw money at it, and they don't know nothing about trading in the traditional sense. They don't know anything about trading precious metals. They don't know anything about trading foreign currencies or any of that. But all of a sudden, they're willing to put 100% of what they want to invest in crypto into an exchange to make more crypto.
Right.
So exchanges are scams as well. I mean, people, they buy and hold. Trading, if you're not already somebody who knows how to trade, don't do that right away. Buy, accumulate, stack your coins, and make educated decisions. Not oh, this guy in this chat said this guy on that YouTube channel said that. You know, you watching, don't even subscribe to my YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, because you're going to subliminally get ideas from YouTubers and you're going to go and run with it. You know, you're subscribed to the wrong YouTuber who's talking about the wrong coin, and you get subliminally like, oh, I got to do this. I don't even want those kind of people watching my channel.
Right.
So are you going to do the potato video or what?
I feel like I should, right? Potato versus Changely, profits or not, or coinage. I don't know. I said Changely. I said coin. I meant coinage.
I got a good one. What do you guys think about the power consumption of Bitcoin?
I saw that we're using more electricity on Bitcoin than the entire world of Albania.
Is that good? Is that like a cool thing?
No, that's very bad.
Not
that is very bad.
Yeah, because like I had asked the dude that was hosting the meeting yesterday, and I was like, hey, what do you think about mining, man? And he's like, oh yeah, it's very competitive, so it's a 24 hours, 7 days a week forever. And yeah, that just seems like a huge problem to me as far as like running Bitcoin at the pace it's going forever and then it growing exponentially. So I don't know how to feel about that one.
Well, I mean, it has to run the Bitcoin network, the Bitcoin core network mainly. That's all I'm concerned about. And the fact that it's decentralized, even if one computer is technically up, you should still be able to process your transactions. Probably not very fast, but I'm sure there will probably more efficient. They're already coming out with like boards that will support like 15 GPUs and things like that. But I'm sure that as far as the power consumption side, they're going to have to figure that out. That's going to be another crossroads.
Well, I mean, we had to figure out data storage. You know, it used to take an entire library-sized room to fill or to store 512 megabytes.
Yeah.
And we overcame that. And that is what Bitcoin is going to end up doing with the power consumption. We will overcome that. But that's something we're going to get as a beautiful accident. And that's going to come from John's little world of solar power over there. You know a little bit more about that stuff, John. You want to talk about how solar power could potentially save us from electricity extinction?
Geothermal.
Yeah, well, renewables can come to play and help out with that. But the whole thing is that storage needs to be addressed.
But if it's being used as fast as it's being consumed or being, you know, produced and consumed at the same rate, storing it wouldn't be too much of a problem, right?
Depends.
My concern is also my bad. My concern is also the heat. It's causing
great space heater in the winter.
Yeah, yeah, but what about this summer, bro? What are you gonna do? Whip out the hot dogs?
You move it out to the outhouse.
I'm just saying because I listen to a lot of like I don't know if you ever heard X22 Report, SGT Report, all of those podcasts. But yeah, man, yeah, they talk about some serious stuff. Yesterday, I was listening to some guy. He said that we're in a critical moment where human race needs to realize that in like 10 to 15 years. To quote him, it was actually like 8 to 10, but I'm just saying 10 to 15 to be hopeful. But we're running out of the ozone layer and stuff like that. So it's like, don't get me wrong, I love Bitcoin, but at the end of the day, I do notice that it does consume a lot of power. And if running like even 5 GPUs in your room can heat up the whole entire room, and what is running over 10,000? Like Genesis Mining saying they're running over 10,000 just on one side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, they're using their natural climate as coolant as well, because they're Antarctica or wherever they're at.
Yeah, they're using geothermal over there.
Yeah. So that takes care of a lot of that. I mean,
but then why don't we just put all the mining ever in like the North and South Pole and let whatever the sun and darkness and that alternate, and we can just have like the world access be everything we ever needed.
But the Earth is flat, bro.
Bitcoin in space. Oh my God, it is, isn't it?
Bitcoin in space. I think that would be the answer.
Right now, they're having transactions take place off of a satellite, but what I would like to see is mining in space, where we have 24-hour, 365 solar electricity, and wireless connectivity between the transactions. And how many satellites are in space that are not active right now? Just throw a GPU in them.
Just dead ones, yeah.
Yeah, throw some GPUs.
Point them at the sun, and hold the orbit, and there you go, free money.
The government could use all the transaction fees and the rewards from the block payout to do whatever they want. They could fix potholes, or they can get more Ferraris. I don't care.
There you go. Can you imagine being the technician that's got to work on that thing though every once in a while?
Ooh,
gotta fly to space, Andy. You got to go next week, buddy.
Oh no, I cannot do that job. I don't think you can smoke weed in space, and that would be like a definite like job.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's not for me.
No, soul crushing right there.
That would be like a weird oxymoron though, because you're so high, but you can't get high. It would be like, I don't know, a nightmare. You'd be looking at the view and be like, this view is so amazing, but it would be even better if I was high. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. I want to see, Brent, why don't you give me a reason why people should try trading and why they should not? John, why don't you do cloud mining, or why they should try it or why they shouldn't try it? And then Gary, why don't you go ahead and let people know why they should try Bitconnect and why they should not? Go ahead, Brent.
I think they should. If you've got that itch, if you're like a gambler and you're good with numbers, give it a shot. It'll fill that need of wanting to throw your money into mining and Bitconnect scams and things like that. But give that an honest try, because there are plenty of very smart people who make a shit ton of money on Wall Street every day. So you can be one of those people. You just got to try. There you go.
All right, John, what do you think about cloud mining? Why should people try it, and why should they avoid it?
Well, if you're going to try cloud mining, then you have to go in thinking that Bitcoin's price will go up faster than the difficulty will. So if you think that you can make more money, more Bitcoin than what you put into it to get the contracts and everything, if you believe that that's going to happen, then go ahead and purchase your cloud mining contracts. But if you're going to be frugal and you just want to see the gains on the Bitcoin that you bought today and look at the increased value of them tomorrow, then just hold on to your shit. That's what I've learned. I got into cloud mining back in December, and it's taken me this number of months and a couple of screw ups to learn that I should have just held onto my coins. So that's what I'm doing. Just put it out there.
Dude, no, well said, man. And Gary, what do you think, man? Why should people try Bitconnect, and then why should they also avoid it?
I mean, they should try Bitconnect, because if it lasts 3 years, you might be able to turn $1,000 into $1 million or so. It's said.
What? Is that fucking for real?
That's it. I'm sold.
What? Yeah, I got $1,000.
Where's your link? Where's your link, man?
Fucking not.
Jedi Knight pretty much said, "Yo, if you have like 1,000 something and you reinvest the whole 2 years without touching it, that you could turn it like close to $1 million. So that's what I've heard. I threw $1,000 in there just to check it out. I'm not going to throw any more than that because I'm done with checking out how I could reinvest Bitcoin. Bitcoin itself is the investment.
Smart man. Smart man.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
Yeah, Bitcoin itself is the investment. So there is no like till things get proven, because everything is new. Everything started coming out like what, 2015, 2016. So all of that stuff gets proven. Like, man, it's just better to buy, hold your coins. If you can, reinvest into it a little at a time, and just run it like that. But why you shouldn't try it is because Bitcoin will probably just bump up in price if we're all chasing Bitcoin sale. All of the coins are chasing Bitcoin sale.
Well said. All right, there you go. There you guys have it. Why you should and shouldn't, get involved in these. And my thing with that would be like, look, don't use the exchange. You can use wallets that have built-in exchanges. You could use Jax. You could use Exodus. You could use tools like paper wallets and features like Changely to do all of these things for yourself. Where if you're involved in Bitcoin, you want to be your own bank. Well, be your own everything. Don't half-ass this. Be your own bank. Be your own exchange. Be your own lending. Your own everything. There's so many tools that you can use to your advantage where you don't have to depend on third party. And that's where a lot of people get interested in this, is because you can avoid the third parties, but then you go ahead and start using third parties like, trading websites, cloud mining websites, and referral program sites and trading bot sites and all these things where people lose track of their actual interest and what got them intrigued. So, guys, trade safely, hold long, and just have a day.
Don't let other things deviate you from the goal.